What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the future of Marvel and San Diego Comic-Con 2019. So we are only 2 weeks away from San Diego Comic-Con starting, which is going to be fantastic. We're going to find out the future of Marvel. What is Mr. Kevin Feige talking about? Why has he said that we cannot find out any exclusive information about Phase 4? Even though we already know that they are currently shooting the Black Widow movie, which will be the first movie post Spider-Man Far From Home, which is the end of the Infinity Saga that concluded Phase 3, aka the Infinity Saga. So if you are new to the channel, guys, make sure to subscribe to never miss any videos. We are currently doing a Captain Marvel giveaway for either the DVD, if people still use that platform, or the Blu-ray, or 4K Ultra HD if you have that. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel with notifications on and let me know down below why should I pick you. And also, if the channel ever hits 100,000 subscribers, we will be giving away a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X or a PS5 or the new Xbox if it takes us that long to get to that subscriber count. So let's get into this video. So as you would have already known, since Avengers 4 came out a few months ago, there has been speculation and rumors about literally everything that's going to happen during Phase 4. Now, from what we're being told, is the Eternals movie is going to be huge at San Diego Comic-Con. It is going to be one of the biggest properties that Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios are going to be bringing to San Diego in only 2 weeks. Now, what is interesting is Keanu Reeves is one of the hottest properties in the world. God knows how he's kept himself relevant since the Matrix days, but he is blowing up everywhere. So just like he did at E3 in LA, you know, when he showed up on the Cyberpunk video game, he will be doing the same thing at San Diego Comic-Con. So from what we understand, this is not confirmed, but from what we are being told and from what we understand, Keanu Reeves will be playing a vocal, massive part in the Eternals movie alongside Angelina Jolie. So apparently there's going to be the whole cast of the Eternals movie coming to San Diego Comic-Con, as that is going to be one of the biggest things that they do announce San Diego Comic-Con. So it's nearly been, I think, 5 years before when they announced the big slate for Phase 3, which included Avengers 3 and 4. That is what they're going to do at San Diego Comic-Con this year round. They were announced the major movies coming in the next 5 years. As we know, Kevin Feige has already said after Far From Home, you're going to find out what is coming up next. And there is a lot coming up. So from what we understand, the big vocal points of San Diego Comic-Con will be the Eternals cast showing up and saying, yo, sup. And then we will be getting a little V-roll of the Black Widow movie, as that's already started production. So I'm pretty sure Marvel will put together some footage for that movie. And as we know, the Shang-Chi movie that will be shot, I believe, in Australia or New Zealand, I can't remember which one offhand, they will be given some context for that, because like Eternals, that is going into pre-production. They've already both got costume designers, and there's casting notices for a lot of roles that seem to be already being filled. So we will be getting a lot of new information about the next 5 years at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, I'm not expecting much at San Diego Comic-Con about the Disney Plus streaming service. I'm expecting that to be in August, which is only, say, 4 weeks later in August at Disney 23, which will focus more on the Disney Plus streaming service. As we know, that is coming out later this year, but there will not be any Marvel new TV shows on that. But as we know, there is a lot coming to that. We have the Loki show, we have the Winter and Bucky show, the Winter and Falcon show. That is going to be insane. We have the Scarlet Vision, and there's a plethora of new content that you haven't even listed. So if you are a Marvel fan, there's going to be so much hype, so much content over the next couple of weeks. So San Diego Comic-Con is falling in a very interesting time. I was going to go to it, but then I realized that literally every studio has pulled out. Sony's pulled out, so there's going to be no Morbius, probably most likely no Spider-Man 3 news, etc. DC has pulled out, so no extended, I guess you say, Joker trailer or Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. So we've decided not to attend that, and I will be going on holiday. But even though I'm going on a holiday that week, guys, I will still be uploading daily. I will still be keeping you up to date with all the latest and greatest San Diego Comic-Con news. So let's go over some other stories. So Spider-Man Far From Home has come out, and it's getting a mixed reception. It made just under $40 million in the opening night, I believe. The stats have come out, but obviously the stats are always here and there. They're always within 5 to 20% because you're never really going to know what it made. So that movie will make a lot of money. It did already make close to $100 million in China in the opening week. So that is pretty cool. So Spider-Man Far From Home is out now, and there is some inklings. There is something pretty interesting in the post-credit scene that could indicate the Avengers 5 Secret Invasion is on, or is it? So let's go over it. So we find out during the post-credit scene that it's really Talos and his wife, not Nick Fury and Maria Hill, which really makes sense when you go back and watch it. I've watched it twice now. When Nick Fury says, don't invoke her name, when to do with Captain Marvel, and they're like, Thor off planet. Realistically, you find out during this post-credit scene that they don't even know the Avengers, so of course they can't call them up, and realistically, Nick Fury is on a mission out in space somewhere with the Skrulls, which is very interesting. So they call up Nick Fury, and he listens to a message on a spaceship while sipping what looks like a strawberry daiquiri or something like that, and he's been on vacation. It's very unclear to figure out what he's been doing. The clip reveals the Skrulls are working on a ship. It's not clear where they are in space or what they're actually doing, but if you do want to let me know, post it down below. That would be cool. It could be an outpost for refugee, for some kind of people, I guess you could say, or it could be what is being interpreted as a SWORD space station that helps monitor extraterrestrial threats for SHIELD. So what does SWORD stand for? It stands for Sentinel World Observation and Response Department. Agent of SWORD. So in Marvel comic, continuing threats of extraterrestrial nature eventually lead SHIELD to create a sister branch called SWORD. Hence why Nick Fury and Maria Hill are there. We can only interpret that as, which is tasked with missions to protect Earth from alien threats. And after Captain Marvel, this branch could have been there for a very long time when you think about it. So it is pretty interesting. The station is orbiting around a space station called the Peak. Eventually, SHIELD and SWORD find themselves at odds. It would make sense for SWORD to appear in the MCU now, as the invasion by Thanos and the event of the blimp. If you've seen Spider-Man Far From Home, you'd get what the blimp is. Understandably, make Nick Fury think of Homeland Security on a much larger scale, a galactic scale. No, not Galactus, but a galactic scale. So this could hint at what is coming next. Is there going to be some kind of Avengers 5 secret invasion, which Mr. Kevin Feige has kind of hinted at before? So, ever since Captain Marvel was introduced to the MCU, a lot of fans like me have theorized the famous Secret Invasion storyline could be the next big MCU crossover. Why? Because Secret Wars, you would have to invoke the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and introduce like Galactus, the Living Tribunal, and many new characters that would take 5-10 years to implement properly. So Captain Marvel was taking a very different approach to the Skrulls. The Skrulls weren't villains. The Skrulls were actually just trying to do their own thing. Like, they weren't really doing anything wrong. So what is interesting is Kevin Feige did say this: just like not all humans are bad, not all humans are good. I think the Skrulls probably have a variety of morals amongst them, Feige told comicbook.com, which gets you thinking that maybe they could be leading to the secret invasion. But now we know, unofficially, it's kind of an Easter egg, but I don't really like to pull on the word Easter egg because a lot of people used Easter egg in the wrong context. That maybe there is a secret invasion coming, but it might not be the Skrull secret invasion. So this is the first, I guess you could say, teaser we've had at what is coming from the cosmic side of Phase 4. So that is very interesting. Let me know down below, guys. Do you think this is interesting? Did you see the sword that appeared in the Nick Fury post-credit scene? So, as you know, I've been talking about this for a long time. So, who bought the Avengers Tower? Now, it is clear that there was supposed to be some kind of Sinister Six Norman Osborn teaser, but maybe that is not what is going on. The Stark Tower has been a big talking point. Who bought the Avengers Tower? Was it the X-Men? Was it the Fantastic Four? Was it Warstu? Was it Norman Osborn? Well, it seems that there is a teaser. So there's an article on comicbook.com that says this. Well, they teased this new sign that says, "We can't wait to show you what comes next." As comicbook.com notes, the sentence was broken up with 1, a 2, a 3, and a where the 4 would have been. I don't know about you, but there's only one other superhero group I can think of who lives in a skyscraper in Manhattan, and their rights have just been acquired by Disney. Yes, the Fantastic Four. In fact, Kevin Feige was asked about the building and new owners recently. He was tight-lipped. So I was told during the Spider-Man Far From Home press junket that no one was allowed to ask questions about the Norman Osborn teaser at the end. He just said no comment. So now Kevin Feige, ironically, has come out and said this. I didn't see a sign there yet. I always think the speculation fuels it, whether the speculation is correct, as it sometimes is, or if the speculation is wrong, as it often is. So either they could be just trolling for the Fantastic Four, or the Norman Osborn post-credit scene was there and they're saving it for maybe San Diego Comic-Con or maybe Disney 23. So it's clear that you could interpret these post-credit scenes very differently. Obviously, the Kree-Skrull War probably is not over because Sword, S.H.I.E.L.D., the sister company, is there. Nick Fury's there. So maybe this is a tease for Captain Marvel 2. And obviously, with the way that this movie ended, Spider-Man Far From Home, there is a clear teaser for what is coming next for the grounded level villain. Now, according to insiders, there is going to be a grounded villain for the MCU on the ground, and there's going to be a cosmic level threat, which there has to be when you think about how many OP characters there are in the MCU. With the rumors of Adam Warlock, Nova, and everyone else coming, there has to be someone who is crazy OP. Now, the fans, we can speculate. We all want Galactus. We all wanted the Living Tribunal. But whether they show up, we all want Doctor Doom. We've heard the rumors that maybe they are making a Doctor Doom solo movie. Well, maybe they are, maybe not. Maybe it's just made up. But it is great for fans like you and me to speculate, to talk about stuff, news that has been popping up. Because at the end of the day, I might have a Marvel-related channel where we could talk about pop culture stuff. But we are still fans at heart. So guys, let me know. Did you see the Sword teaser, Easter egg, I guess you could call, the Sentient World Observation and Response Department? Did you see that? Let me know down below. And do you think the Fantastic Four is being teased for the new occupant of the Avengers Towers, the Tony Stark Tower? Or do you think it's going to be Norman Osborn? I would love to know what you guys think down below. So like always, guys, thank you very much for all the love, the support, and even the hate, guys. Without that, I would not get invited to so many Marvel, DC, Warner Bros. Events. It is fantastic. So keep up the support. And if you're going to criticize me, guys, please make it constructive. And I will catch you in that next video very soon, guys. Catch ya later.